Here are 5 things I wish I knew before I became a self-employed artist. Hi, my name is Patricia. I'm a small business owner and I'm a self-employed artist. Number 1, nothing will go according to plan. You are a problem solver first and foremost. You will run into problems you have never run into before. From troubleshooting printers, shipments being delayed, figuring out the most cost-effective way of producing art prints. Do I want to produce my own art prints? Is it more cost-effective to outsource them? I could go on and on and on. Here are ways that I have figured out what works for me. You're going to experiment a lot. Some of them are going to work, and some of them are going to be really expensive lessons. Write them down. The problem, the solution, the resources that you use to solve the problem. I have a running log at Notion and I call them process improvements. That way I won't lose track because I'm guaranteed to run into a lot more problems. And you know what? You're going to run into the same problem again. This way, the second time around, it's going to be easier for you to solve them because you have something to refer to. Talk to people who have done it or who have run into the same problem and learn from them. You have to make sure you take this with a grain of salt though, because not all advice that will be given to you is applicable to you. So take only what resonates. Get ideas from people that supports you and are in this with you going through this journey. These people are the people that you can trust. And it's actually amazing when you are dealing with a problem, most especially if you've been at it for days, you get so immersed in the problem and you get so tunnel vision in that you actually forget the bigger picture. Having another pair of eyes is going to help you kind of zoom out, and they can actually help you think of other creative solutions. And lastly, you can always YouTube and Google them. It never fails. Number 2, plan and time management. I know it sounds counterintuitive from the thing that we just talked about previously, but hear me out. When you have such a big goal and chasing a big dream, such as being a self-employed artist, you need a general sense of direction, because the gap between where you are now versus to where you want to be can be very overwhelming and daunting. Time is the most valuable thing that you have as a small business owner. Some people are good on time management, some people are not. There are different ways you can tackle this problem. You can buy a planner like how it is old school, and you can jot down all of your list and tasks. That way you don't lose track of them. I know people that have actually blocked in hours. It helps them get things done more efficiently. For example, the first 2 hours of their day is going to be focused on painting and filming themselves. Then the second block is going to be focused on them editing. It works for some people, for some it doesn't, like how it is for me. What works for me is the 12-week year. And it's based on a book by Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington. What it does is it breaks your year into 4 quarters, hence 12 weeks. Every 12 weeks, you're going to focus on to 3 main goals. And that entire 12 weeks is going to be catered to getting closer and closer into achieving this goal. Personally, for me, I break it down even further to 3 smaller goals that's focused for that week. Then, every single day of that week is going to be broken down into 3 main actions. For example, one of my goals for the next 12 weeks is to earn 1,000 watch hours here on YouTube and also 1,000 subscribers, which we are getting closer and closer, slowly but surely. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me. Thank you. What I do is, with this main big focus, it's too much for me. So what I do is I break it down even further to every week. And this is how it goes for me every week. I film 1 small YouTube video and 1 big YouTube video. I'm filming the small YouTube video as we speak. Need some water. I'm going to edit this because this only takes me 2 days to edit, since I've gotten really good at DaVinci Resolve, and post it hopefully on Friday. The next big YouTube video that I will be filming tomorrow is going to be the 24-hour challenge. And hopefully that editing is going to occur over the weekend so I can post it for next week. I'm filming this easy video first because it takes me only 1 day to film it. I like this 12-week year method because it has a little bit more of a leeway, and it has space for you to actually make errors and mistakes. That way, if that happens, you can still stay focused, rather than being constrained on specific time blocks. You're going to want to plan as much as possible. But then again, don't forget that you are a problem solver first and foremost, because you're guaranteed to run into challenges no matter what. I remember I was sick for an entire week, and it was out of my control. It was flu season and I have to move all of my target dates. It was a bummer because that means I was behind schedule, but embrace the curveball because it's part of the journey. Number 3, marketing yourself is a whole another beast. Selling the art is actually easy, but selling yourself, it's way harder. Because of the day and age that we live in, social media is the cheapest and the most efficient way to advertise your business for people to get to know about you, most especially when you're starting out. You have to pick the platform that works best for you, for your goals, and the type of target audience that you're looking for. There's TikTok, which is mostly known for its short form. It's really focused on bigger and faster reach. Younger audience is the main target of this platform though, so just keep that in mind. A significant 36.2% of TikTok's global user is in the age range of 18 to 24. Instagram is good for portfolio, most especially if you're trying to commission as a self-employed artist. But I did notice, according to my experience, it is a little bit more challenging to grow. It's kind of a hit or miss, so you have to learn how to get really good at it. YouTube is a platform that's really good for building a tight-knit community. It allows for more vulnerability, and the long-form video allows for more connection. YouTube is good for relating with a community. The learning curve is a lot steeper with YouTube though. You have to learn how to film yourself, how to use camera equipments, how to use editing software. You have to learn to use how to read analytics, thumbnails, titles. It's a lot. It doesn't matter what kind of platform you pick, but I highly recommend picking one platform and getting pretty darn good at it. Most especially in the beginning, because starting is very overwhelming. When you get better, I'd start adding one platform at a time. That way you're not being pulled in different directions. I focus now on YouTube because it resonates with me and my goals and the type of audience that I want to attract. If you are doing YouTube, the number one thing that I learned is to be relatable. Be authentic and just be you. Because eventually the type of audience that aligns with who you are and the type of business that you run is naturally going to be attracted to you, is naturally going to find you. Share people's stories that reminds them that you're just a human being like everyone else, because this allows a stronger connection with your community. Another reason why you want to do this is because people are more likely going to buy artworks that actually resonates with them more. For example, if I put this landscape painting and posted it with no stories at all, would you remember it? Versus to having this painting, I post it with a story of how much it represents how much I love sunsets and the ocean because my family enjoys it so much. I grew up in the Philippines and it's ingrained in our culture to be close to the ocean. I love the smell of salty breeze and I love to hear the crashing of the waves against the pearly white beach sand. I love to feel the warmth of the sun as it slowly fades away into the nightfall. And my uncle would make these big, huge bonfires to keep us warm for the rest of the night. And we'd like to huddle together, sharing stories that brings us closer. Now, which one would you remember? This painting or this painting? Of course, it's the one with the story because people yearn for connection. People always find similarities to themselves to have a sense of belonging. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable in this platform and truly share who you are. Number 4, be on top of your finances because taxes are no joke. Hell, I'm still learning about them myself. Do your research because business taxes varies depending on the country that you live in, the state that you live in, and the county that you live in. There's a couple of basic things that I know that personally applies to my small business here in the US. I filed my taxes as single members LLC because I don't have any business partner. I fill out forms US 1040, Schedule C, and Schedule SE, which stands for self-employed. You're gonna need a couple of your business information like your business IEN, your address, your name, and so on. And then you're gonna need to calculate your net income, your gross income, and your expenses. This calculation is gonna give you a number that's gonna fall into a certain bracket, and that is how much you owe IRS. This is precisely the reason why you want a business account right away when you start your business. That way, it's easier for you to keep track of all of these numbers, most especially if you're doing the bookkeeping yourself. If you guys want more business type of content, comment down below and let me know so I can make more content about it and we can learn about it together. Another advice that's not necessarily about taxes that I learned that worked for me is pricing. Do not underprice yourself and your artworks, because people have this perception that low prices is equivalent to low quality and high prices is equivalent to high quality. Now, this can get very tricky. You have to find the sweet spots, right? Because you don't want to push away your community and people from buying your artwork. For example, my original first artwork ever for this year, it's a 24 by 24 inch and it's acrylic and oil together. I'm probably going to sell this for $800 to $1,000. And as soon as it sells, I'm probably gonna rise it $100 or $200 every time. Number 5, you won't know everything right away. So be prepared to learn along the way. Every single day, there's something I learn running a small business. Every day is literally a learning opportunity for me. Because time is so valuable, naturally you will find how to do certain things in a very efficient way. I keep saying this, but you are going to learn how to tackle problems as you face them. I didn't sit down and learn how to paint skin tone the first time I started painting, right? Because I was very intimidated by it. But the time finally came. My painting has a human as a subject and focal point. So I literally just went on YouTube and learned it on the spot. Because I have to learn how to paint practically a portrait, I have to also learn how to do basic anatomy of the skull and the muscle. I'm not good at that either. I'm always constantly learning, and I'm only getting better as I put in my reps. I have to learn how to file an LLC. I have to learn how to open a business bank account. The journey of a small business owner, or just a business owner in general, never stops. But you know, the thing that I noticed about successful people is that they're action-driven and they're risk takers. Successful people have this innate ability of coming up with ideas and putting them into tangible actions. This builds momentum because there's not much space for overthinking. You're just doing. There is power in learning as you do. And the mistakes that you make are only going to make you more persistent and resilient. So do not try to learn everything all at once, most especially in the beginning, because you're going to overthink and you will get stuck in analysis paralysis. At least that's what it did to me. Now, I'm not saying just go in willy-nilly. Of course, have a sense of basic plan and be strategic about it. Then take a leap of faith and act on it. Bonus round, embrace the struggle. We often overlook how successful people are just like us and started from nothing. Social media has a bad rep of glamorizing when they hit their major breakthroughs and they're already enjoying the fruits of their labor, but not so much the struggles. There are going to be times when you make $5,000 in sale one month and zero the next. There will be times when you've poured hundreds of hours into something and it doesn't work. There will be times when you doubt yourself, when you compare yourself, when you ask yourself if you have what it takes to make this happen. This is hard. Earning a small business is not for the faint of heart. But that's okay. You're human. The ups and downs is part of the journey. So hold on, breathe, and get yourself together. Keep putting in the reps because you're getting closer and closer bit by bit. The fact that you're doing what 99% of people wouldn't even dare to do says a lot of things about you. It means you're brave. The people that do this are not normal. Creators are not meant to fit within the norms and the box that society forces upon us. You have to have an insane belief in yourself that this will happen no matter what, and it will. You just have to hold on and get through the pain. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like this video, please let me know so I can create more content like this. Please subscribe, and that is it for today. I hope to see you guys later. Bye.